Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Tonight, Bourbon Street, New Orleans is back open less than 48 hours after a deadly terror attack. Thanks for joining us here on the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Sarah Sanchez. 14 people are dead. Dozens of others are hurt, still recovering. Investigators are discovering more details about the man behind the attack. He rammed a pickup truck into a crowd of people. Investigators are looking into whether it was an act of terrorism. Rebecca Castor has more from New Orleans.
Bourbon Street is back open for business a day after a pickup truck plowed into a crowd of people celebrating the new year.
I was feeling a lot of uncertainty and anxiety this morning.
They ain't gonna kill our good time.
Mixed reactions from New Orleans locals and tourists as the heart of the French Quarter reopens after the devastating attack that killed over a dozen people.
This was an act of terrorism. It was premeditated and an evil act.
Homeland Security officers are now patrolling the streets and new security barriers are in place. New Orleans Police Superintendent declaring her city can return to normalcy and still show respect and honor for those who lost their lives.
People did not die in vain. As a result, we will be a safer city, we will be a safer country.
The FBI is still trying to determine an exact motive, but confirmed American Shamsuddin Jabbar acted alone and was, quote, 100% inspired by the Islamic State. The Army veteran posted a number of videos on social media before the car ramming, proclaiming his support for the militant group.
This is a phenomenon of homegrown violent extremists that we have seen develop and emerge over the past 10 years.
President Biden confirmed the FBI also found explosives planted by Jabbar in 2 nearby locations, and a remote detonation device was recovered from the rented truck.
We're going to continue to relentlessly pursue ISIS and other terrorist organizations where they are, and they'll find no safe harbor here.
And at this time, the FBI says there was no direct evidence linking the tragedy here in New Orleans to that Cybertruck explosion in Las Vegas. In New Orleans, Rebecca Castor, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And today, law enforcement are identifying the man who was part of the fiery Cybertruck explosion in Las Vegas. The driver was 37-year-old Matthew Livelsberger of Colorado Springs. This video shows the fiery blast outside Trump International Hotel. Authorities found a military ID, a passport, multiple firearms, and evidence that Livelsberger had turned the gun on himself. 7 people were hurt. Investigators say it could have been worse if another vehicle was involved. They think the structure of the Cybertruck helped contain a majority of that blast. It's unclear, though, why he did it. We have breaking news tonight out of New London. Police are investigating a shooting. It happened near Shaw and Ann Streets around 7:20 tonight. Police say a man's in the hospital with a gunshot wound, and we have a crew heading to the scene now. We'll update you when we learn more information. We'll keep following these top stories on air and online. You can find more coverage on our free Fox 61 News app. Use the QR code right there on your screen to download our app or go to fox61.com. Turning to the weather now, it's going to get very windy soon. Wind isn't helping our cause to stay warm. I think it was supposed to say very cold soon because it has been windy. It's just going to keep getting colder. It is officially January, Rachel.
Yeah, we're finally feeling like it after such a warm start to the week. Temperatures were in the 50s and 60s. It's going to be a while before temperatures are that warm again, so hint, hint. Here's a look at the gusts out there, and they are much lower than they were earlier today when we saw peak gusts up around 40, 45 miles an hour. There were a few limited outages out there, but overall not too many. It was just more of a nuisance than anything else, and that wind will continue to settle back as we head through the overnight hours. Taking a look at the radar, you can see there were a few scattered rain, snow showers, even a little bit of sleet out there today. That is all from the lake effect snow machine that traveled all the way from Lake Ontario a big distance to pay us a visit here in Connecticut. Right now, we're looking at temperatures in the 30s, but upper 20s in Torrington. And I think more of us will drop back into the 20s to near 30 as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. So tomorrow, we're looking at plenty of sun in the morning. We will see more clouds mix in as we head through the afternoon. High temperatures will be close to average for this time of year, between 35 to right around 40 degrees. And there will still be a bit of a breeze. I think we're looking at overnight, gusts up to about 20-25 miles an hour. So nothing damaging, but enough to add a bit of a wind chill out there. And the cold only settles in further for this weekend and even next week. We'll take a look at that, plus taking a look ahead to any additional snow chances in the 7-day coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. People who live in Southington stood face to face with town leaders tonight. They demanded better conditions at the Southington Fire Department. 2 firefighters made a mayday call while at a house fire 1 week ago, and ever since, folks have raised some concerns. Fox 61's Stephen Reels shared what leaders are planning and how the public is reacting to it.
Since the fire on Howard Avenue the day after Christmas, concerns were growing here in Southington about potential stations closing and budget cuts. And at Thursday's Board of Fire Commissioners meeting, leaders here said that they saw the problem and were going to take steps to fix it. However, the concern still remains for people here in Southington who worry it's not going to be enough.
And I expect more protection for my tax dollars.
Anxiety at a peak for people living in Southington. A packed Board of Fire Commissioners meeting Thursday night revealed how many people were upset about the current conditions at the Southington Fire Department. Conditions many called negligent, with not enough firefighters to properly keep a growing town safe.
You have to provide enough services for everybody, not just for the few elite people. We are important, and our lives are important.
These guys are doing a tremendous job with little you are giving them.
That the commission does not, has not, and will not support the reduction of staffing or services, and we recognize a need.
The same night, the board passed its operating budget and announced 4 new firefighters would be hired, 1 through the town and 3 more through potential Safer grant funding, which would eventually be funded by the town. While some were encouraged by the decisions made, others say it wouldn't be enough, with looming department retirements and declining volunteer firefighter rates.
SFD cannot spend another 30 years at late 1990s staffing levels.
I come before you today with a matter of grave concern. Let this incident serve not just you as a wake-up call, but as an irrefutable testament to why our firefighters need optimal resources and staffing to do their job.
Southington Town Council member John Perry took aim at the board, claiming actions which took place away from the public eye could potentially close a fire station in town and leave people at risk.
These discussions should never have occurred in secrecy, far from the public's watchful eye, and without the input of our first responders.
By the end of the evening, the message from people here in Southington was largely the same, in that more needs to be done. In fact, we saw several people say that they were going to take it upon themselves to raise the extra money to hire additional firefighters. But as for the Safer grant to hire those 3 additional firefighters, that application now needs to go ahead of the town manager and the town council to vote to accept or not. But for now, in Southington, Stephen Reels, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, thank you, Stefan. Every year come January 1st, many people make a New Year's resolution to hit the gym, get fit, or lose some weight. Since yesterday was a holiday and many people were recovering from New Year's Eve celebrations, most gym managers were actually expecting bigger crowds today on January 2nd. Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot visited a West Hartford gym.
Whether you're new to the gym this year and you're finding your footing, or you're a regular gym goer trying to lift heavier or run faster, it's no secret that fitness centers and gyms across the state will be packed this month. Could this year be the start of a healthier you? For some people, this is the year they will start their gym journey.
We're excited to get people into the club. We're excited to get people onto their fitness journey going into 2025. We're always recommending people follow the SMART method.
And that SMART method is setting specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely goals. For some people, that's making it to the gym. For others, it's recovering after a major surgery.
I broke both my collarbones, and I need to get back in shape. I need to be able to move them again. So I've been coming here and, getting a lot of help from staff, and it's been great. Mitchell
Hamilton of West Hartford shared with us some of his fitness goals for 2025.
Just trying to look better, cut down on weight. Hopefully try to get, body fat below 20%. That'd be awesome. That'd be a first. So that'd be pretty cool.
He goes to the gym every other day in an effort to stay on a consistent schedule. That's impressive.
Thank you.
Do you hit anything specific?
Yep, I do. I do mostly like push-pull leg splits. So I do, today I'm doing triceps, chest, shoulders. 2 days ago I did biceps and back, and then I'll be doing legs Saturday.
Over the course of his workout, the Planet Fitness on Kane Street became more and more packed, which Mike Shapiro says is typical in the beginning of the year.
We love to see that influx of people who are excited to hit those goals, set goals, and try something new. And we're hoping those folks stay coming to Planet Fitness for the rest of the year.
According to the Health and Fitness Association, 50% of members quit within the first 6 months. Health experts say it's important to set realistic gym expectations so you don't add to that statistic. In West Hartford, Kate Pattyfoot, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Kate. She's showing off there. Well, new details on that intense crash in New Haven this morning. Police believe the car used to slam into a utility pole was stolen. The driver is in critical condition, still in the hospital. Police say the driver is under the age of 18. The crash happened at 3 in the morning on Quinnipiac Avenue by Hemingway Street. There was a second person in the car and they ran off. Little's known about that passenger. New Haven police have arrested a man in connection to a stabbing at Union Station on New Year's Eve. Police say Willie Dundee was seen on surveillance video stabbing a person multiple times. The victim, a 53-year-old man, was taken to the hospital and is expected to recover. Police say a box cutter used in the stabbing was found on scene.